Welcome to Around Kitsap. This is Charlene Burnett, and I am in South Kitsap at the South Kitsap Helpline Port Orchard Nursery. I heard about this success story through the United Way, of which I am a board member, when we had a presentation at a board meeting by Jennifer Hardiston and one of her actually it's the board chair, and they came and talked to us about this fabulous success story with South Kitsap Helpline and the Port Orchard Nursery. So I'd like to welcome Jennifer to the show.
Thank you. Thanks.
I'm really excited to share this information with the community because this is really a great story. Jennifer, first of all, give us a little bit of background on the South Kitsap Helpline, how long it's been in the community.
Sure. South Kitsap Helpline's been in the community for a little over 30 years now. And we started out helping folks in the community, providing them with food through a food bank, and we are still doing that and have been able to expand our services since.
So give us a little background on former locations of the South Kitsap Helpline. Where have you lived?
We have been up at the Village Lane location, which is up by QFC off of Mile Hill. We were, up until just the last year, we were down at the West Bay Center in Port Orchard, down on the waterfront, and then we were able to get into this lovely property.
Right.
And
so let's talk about that. But first of all, Jennifer, how long have you been with Helpline?
I've been with Helpline 10 years now.
And you just light up. When you talk about this work, it's just, you can tell
Thank
it's
you.
deep in your soul. It's just very, very cool. So the good story is the South Kitsap Helpline purchased the Port Orchard Nursery and moved up here and took over the business. And tell us a little bit about that background and how that all transpired.
Sure. In early 2010, we were really fortunate to get a grant from the Birkenfeld Trust, and that helped us get into this property. Prior to that, we had rented all of the other 29 years we'd been around. So for us to finally own our own property was...
Jennifer, what came first? The fact that you knew this was for sale and you wanted to buy it, so you pursued the grant, or did you get the grant to look for a property?
No, we actually had an idea about the property. We had heard from some community members that were doing a community garden for us, that they had heard this was going to go up for sale, and subsequently we helped to write the grant for the property. So.
What a happy day when you received the grant funding,
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Oh, that is just so
Very
wonderful.
Fortunate.
So when did that all happen? 2010?
That happened in 2010, right in the early spring. I think it was the end of March, beginning of February.
So we are on Mitchell Road, and the exact address, what is our address?
We're at 1012 Mitchell Avenue.
Mitchell Avenue in Port Orchard. We're actually, I mean, if you live in Port Orchard, you know where this place is. We're across the bridge, actually, from South Kitsap High School, right above the South Kitsap Mall. The A&W is certainly somewhere everybody knows. But Port Orchard Nursery was here for how many years?
Since 1949.
1949. So extremely established business, beautiful greenhouses, beautiful property, cool old home. So in moves South Kitsap Helpline with this. Now you've got a revenue generator.
Yeah, we're very excited about that.
It's just such a great story. So in the sale, you were able to retain an employee from the nursery. Is that correct?
Yes, we kept the lady, Kathy, that had done the growing for the nursery for the last maybe 10 years or so.
And what could be better than that?
Yeah.
You have an employee and off you go. So how has it been? How's it been?
It's been great. It's been a complete change from what we've done in the past. Prior to this, we ran a thrift store.
That's right. That's another thing.
So it's been a real learning opportunity, but it's been great. We've all learned quite a lot, and it's been fun.
So tell us about growing the vegetables for the clients.
That was something that was very important to us, and prior to us even having a thought in our minds about owning a nursery, it was obvious that a lot of the things donated to us were not always the healthiest foods for our clients, and so we always had plans to maybe do a garden or a pea patch or something, and this just led right into I mean, it couldn't be more perfect. So we're able to harvest quite a lot of food that goes right into the food bank. I know right now we have cucumbers and we have a lot of lettuce, where our tomatoes are a little late getting going this year, but
Let's just hope we have some.
hopefully they will turn red pretty soon. But yeah, all kinds of herbs that we've been able to put into the food bank to help people season their food, and it's just been a really great opportunity.
It's
Lots of
just
learning.
Totally awesome. So we're sitting in the front yard, and this cool house is now the South Kitsap Helpline office and headquarters. And I am experienced just this wafting, fabulous lavender scent. It's just like, oh, I could just sit here all day. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
It's just a very calm place. And that's what I really felt when we came here, was there's really good vibe here. People that are working here, volunteering here, they're happy. This is a real positive place.
Thank you.
A real positive
Thanks.
place. So Jennifer, how many paid staff work here between the Helpline and the Port Orchard Nursery? And then on an average, how many volunteers?
We have a couple of people that are paid through grants that are temporary positions. Right now we have somebody through Kitsap Community Resources that's working with us. We have another lady that's working through WorkSource. And then we have somebody that we were able to hire, Mary Catherine, our master gardener, who's helping with our outdoor gardens. So there are 3 people that are on paid through grants, and then we also have, I believe there are 9 of us total. 2 of us are full-time and the rest are part-time, who help run the food bank and then the nursery and the retail sales part and the offices.
Yeah, it's a big operation now.
It is, definitely.
It's a lot bigger than a, what did you call it? A thrift store? Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a
yeah.
thrift store, not a consignment. I almost said consignment. It was a thrift store. This is a total different deal, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
A lot more land to work with, and this house is just fabulous.
Thank you.
So before, did you have your office in the thrift store area too?
I had
Everything was
everything was in one main area, and the food bank was at the back of the building, the store was at the front, and then our offices were kind of in the middle, in kind of a cave.
Well, this is not a cave.
No,
This is
definitely not.
Some really good stuff. Let's talk a little bit about Mary Catherine, because she's a master gardener, and she's the one who's designed the vegetable gardens for the growing. And wow, is she a gold mine? And she's, as she was telling me when I was talking to her earlier, is when you retire, you just wonder, how did you ever have time to work? She's a busy gal.
Very busy.
She's a symphony member. She does beach watchers, master gardeners, on and on and on and on and on. Plus, she mentors these other master gardener people.
Yeah.
What a wealth. And she's probably here all the time.
She's here quite a bit. Yes.
Just tending the garden and making sure people are getting stuff done. And it's just a fabulous reflection.
Thank you.
Jennifer, talk to us about the clients at the food bank. First of all, what's the average number you're serving, and has that increased? Talk to us a little bit about that.
Definitely increased over the years. When I first started here back in 2001, I think we were maybe serving around 1,500 clients a month, and we're up to some months 4,000, sometimes even more. We're averaging right now between 36 this summer, between 36 and 4,000 clients. 3,600, thankfully not 1,000.
3,600. That is a huge increase.
Yeah,
And,
definitely. There's huge need right
There
now.
is a huge need, and that's not just in South Kitsap Helpline. It is everywhere. But the need is being met. Is the need being met?
The need is being met, yes. We're doing our very best to meet the need.
Yeah,
Definitely.
And that helps from the community and the.
We have a wonderful community, very supportive. We wouldn't be able to do what we do here at Helpline without our community.
It's not just the fact that people are hungry, it's people aren't being able to make ends meet. They could be employed, but by the end of the month, the money's gone, food is gone.
Yeah.
So it's just just a little bit of a bridge, other than the fact that there is a need and people are hungry. People just aren't making ends meet.
Yeah, they just can't. At the end of the month, they can get everything paid, and you can kind of fudge a little with your bills. I mean, there are certain bills you can't mess around with, but your grocery, the money that you set aside for groceries, you can
Right.
take and give
Yeah.
from that. But at the
Right.
end of the month, I think more people are taking from that to where they don't have the money to be able to get their own groceries.
Right. Other than food, of course, at Helpline, what other products and things do you give to clients?
We do pet food. We have pet food donations. We have quite a few people. For example, the Howe Farm does an annual pet food collection when everybody
that's
takes their
cool.
dogs to the dog park. That's really nice. We have toiletries, things, pretty much anything that you need. When you go to the grocery store, you buy toilet paper, paper
Right.
towels, things like that, toothpaste. So in addition to the food items, people are able to pick up those as well if we have them in stock.
So let's talk about the process that clients go through if they're initially applying, and then once they get to the food bank portion, they fill out a little chit, and a volunteer actually fills the
Yeah.
need for them and pushes a card out, and here you go.
Yeah, we have a computerized database that we ask just general information about people, how many people in the household, children,
Right.
that sort of thing, where they live, just so. And we do serve quite a few homeless folks, so if there's not an address, then we don't include an address.
There you go.
Yeah, and then the volunteers will pack based on a note that our person in intake will put together, and if they are in need of anything additionally other than food-related items like baby diapers or shampoo,
Right.
they're able to put that on there, and then the bags are packed and they're
Off they go.
they're on their way.
You have some plans to make changes in that procedure, and that will mean you need a bigger food bank area and that kind of thing.
Yeah, our goal is to eventually go to a self-serve food bank concept where people actually choose their own food. Right now, the way that we're set up, it's not really conducive to that, but our plans are to eventually, once we actually are generating some good revenue and get our property paid off, and we are looking to eventually expand our food bank and set up more of a grocery store sort of a program.
Right. So then the clients themselves can self-serve.
They choose their own food, yes. And in place of prices, it's a point system.
Yeah,
and
that's a
so,
cool
for example, a family of 4 would be allotted 100 points a month based on some of the other programs we've looked at, and they're able to choose their own foods, and everything's assigned a point value. And healthier foods are less in points, and the more junky, high-fat foods are higher in points. So it gives us the opportunity
idea.
eventually to bring in somebody to talk with people if they are going through their points, to really find out how they can stretch them and make some healthier choices and
Right.
feed their families better.
Right.
So.
And along with that, some plans for cooking classes, nutrition
Yes,
classes.
that would be great.
That kind of.
We'd love to eventually have a commercial kitchen at some point down the road where people can actually come in and try the different things that we grow here. So when we have a surplus and we put it in the food bank lobby, people will know what to do with chard or kale and how to incorporate it into their existing recipes.
That's great.
Thanks.
That's great. Well, you can tell we're on Mitchell Avenue in Port Orchard. It is a little bit noisy here, but there's a lot going on at the South Kitsap Helpline in Port Orchard Nursery. Stay with us. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about some other things that are happening at South Kitsap Helpline. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Around Kitsap. We're at the South Kitsap Helpline, Port Orchard Nursery, and with me is Jennifer Hardison, the Executive Director. We're talking about the fabulous success story of the South Kitsap Helpline purchasing the Port Orchard Nursery, moving up here to Mitchell Avenue, and it's really some great stuff going on. So let's talk about some other revenue generators and goodwill that the South Kitsap Helpline does in the Port Orchard community. Let's talk about the prom closet, because that's just a very, very cool thing.
Thank you. We're very proud of the prom closet.
Yeah.
We work with the local high school. The Community Transitions program actually helps with our prom closet program, and this came out of Helpline. When we had our thrift store, we did a lot of dressing of kids for different events because we always had clothes there
That couldn't afford to go.
Yeah, or if they needed to be dressed nice for graduation, they'd come and pick something up. And so one of the teachers one time said to us, well, have you ever thought about doing something with formal wear, as it was around prom time? And she said that they would be very interested in coordinating it. And so we put a call out saying we were looking for formal wear that we could loan to kids in need. And we found ourselves with 500 dresses and accessories shoes, handbags, jewelry, and now we've really started to expand the men's portion of what we have, and it's just been really well received, and the teachers and the students from the Community Transitions program run that for us. And
what a great service.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
And it's expanded into weddings. If people
yeah,
are getting
weddings,
married, can't afford, any kind of.
They have clothes of all
up.
sizes. They just need to call and speak with the people that are coordinating it through Prom Closet, or call here at Helpline, and we'll put them in touch with the right people if they need some clothing for events.
Well, let's talk about your phone number and the address here. We are at 1012 Mitchell Avenue in Port Orchard, and the phone number here
is
at Helpline?
360-876-4089.
How about the website? That's a pretty cool website.
Yeah, thank you. It's www.skhelpline.org.
Excellent. So another thing Jennifer's been working on, and holy moly, she doesn't have much going on. She's coordinating all these efforts, but you're forming relationships with the restaurants. Let's talk about that.
We're just getting going on that. It's really, really exciting. One of the ways that we were looking at how we could generate revenue on an ongoing basis, that's one of the struggles that as an agency we've found over the years, just having consistent revenue. And so for us to have a program that can support itself in many ways is our plan, and that's our goal. And so one of the ways we thought about doing that was working with local restaurants as we're growing all this wonderful produce and herbs and all these different things that we might be able to work out sales with local restaurants so they could get their items that they need for their recipes, and edible flowers, things like that as well. So we're just getting going on that, and so far we have some really interested people that we're working with.
Perfect.
And we hope to see that really expand in the next couple of months. So
excellent.
Thank you.
So it is summer, believe it or not. It's not a very sunny day today, but it is summer, and you've got a summer camp for kids going on. Let's talk about that.
We've got that coming up. It's a meal program for kids in our community that go without meals during the summer when the school meal programs are not available. And fortunately, I think we have 3 free meal programs right now, but at the third week of August, they end. And so we are going to be doing our lunch camp. It'll be I believe it's our 6th annual lunch camp, and that will be August 22nd through September 2nd, I believe, which is a Friday. It fills those 2 weeks.
Good.
It used to be a 10-week program, and then the school district really stepped up and helped out with that. And so we had to just only do 2 weeks, which is great because we're spread a little thin here sometimes. So.
But 2 weeks. And so the kids get lunch, and
they get snacks, healthy snacks, and then Velma, who runs our camp, and she's done so for the last 2 years, does a lot of really fun activities, really keeps the kids engaged, does some DSHS outreach on site while she's there helping people sign up for food stamps. So it's a great program.
Great program.
Thank you. We're really proud of it.
So it really tells you, all of us, that the need is not just at the holidays at the food bank. And especially in these economic times, the need is really, really increasing. So please consider donating to the food bank, bringing food, volunteering, all that. They just really, really need you. So Jennifer, let's talk about the capital campaign and expanding, and
Yeah.
just improving things for
Yeah,
South
we
Kitsap Helpline.
we definitely have some plans to launch a capital campaign in the coming months and help us really work towards paying off the property so we can get some much needed renovations done. We need to get some electrical work, and it's an older facility, and we're looking at improving our boiler system. We have a boiler system right now to heat our greenhouses that can be a little costly, so we're looking at how we can put some other plans in place to maybe not spend as much money. So we're looking for the community to help us out with that if they would, and support us. We're going to have a giving tree where people can pledge and receive a leaf on the tree, and so it's very exciting.
Nice.
Thanks.
Very nice. Wonderful things going on at South Kitsap Helpline and Port Orchard Nursery. And Jennifer, if folks in the community, number one, want to volunteer and help, how do they go about
They
doing
can
that?
either call us, we can send them out a volunteer application, or if they go to our website, we have an online volunteer application available. We're always looking for people to help out in the gardens, help out in the food bank, help with all the different special events that we do, help with our kids' camp.
Yeah, there's a need. There is
Definitely
a
a
need.
need.
And I'll tell you that when you come here, you get a good feeling. There's
Thank
good
you.
stuff
Thank
happening here.
you.
People are happy here. And that, I think, makes a big difference.
Thank you.
A really big difference. I want to congratulate you, Jennifer, for really stepping up for the South
Oh,
Kitsap
thank you.
Helpline. And this is a good venture.
Thank
really
you.
good venture.
We have a great team and a great supportive community that's made it
excellent.
happen. So
Thank you for your time
Thank
today
you.
and sharing everything that's
Appreciate it.
going on here at the Port Orchard Nursery and the South Kitsap Helpline. And thank you for joining us on Around Kitsap today. We'll see you next time.